What's going on, Washington Commanders Nation? It's your boy Rio Robinson back with the latest and greatest on the Rambling with Rio YouTube channel, where we ramble about the Washington Commanders. Today is Thursday, November 16th, and we got a game to preview this week. A game that probably nobody outside of these two people and y'all in the comments is probably going to watch this week. I got my favorite person covering the Giants for the Jersey Sporting News and for the Blonde Blitz podcast on the Fantasy Sports Corporation YouTube channel, Miss Nikki Giss. How are we doing tonight?
What's up? What's up? Not quite sure why I'm here. Nobody cares about this game. I don't even care about this game.
Oh yeah, I heard you jump ship and you got another team's colors on tonight. What's going on?
I did. I jumped ship. Last night I had a Bengals jersey on. I have some variation of purple on tonight, so it's supposed to show you what jersey's coming next.
oh, purple. We talk Ravens? Are you gonna pick two teams in the same division?
I might.
You can't jump ship on the Giants. You haven't been through enough to jump ship on the Giants. I'm sorry.
I haven't been through enough?
You have not been through enough. What is 12 years of not good? What is that's nothing.
What do you mean? It's over a decade of really
try being over 2 decades or 3 decades of never seeing your team be good. You'll be fine.
But that's because you had really bad ownership for a long time. I'm not saying ownership is great right now for the Giants, but no, it's been, you know what's frustrating? It's that it's the same issue for over a decade, and it's the same issues no matter who's coaching. It's just wild. Since Tom Coughlin's left, there's been 4 coaching regimes. They still can't get it right.
Okay, and speaking of coaching regimes, Brian Daboll and Joe Shane, the GM coach pairing from Buffalo that you guys brought in last year. It started with a bang, coach of the year.
Right.
Y'all overachieved with a bad roster, and this year you've come back to reality a little bit. Their jobs are still safe. Y'all are not, because New York y'all are a brutal fucking sports town. Are their jobs safe over there?
Yeah, I think so. I think you got to be fair, right? You had one good year, one bad year. So, I mean, let's see what year 3 would do. I think the issue is that we all expected what's happening this year to have happened last year. Mm-hmm. And then to, have progress and then this year maybe be a contender. The fact that it's reversed is, I don't even quite understand it, completely wild, because you look at the wide receiver room that was upgraded significantly. The Giants were rolling with Richie James, who the hell is that, right? And somehow make it to the playoffs and beat Minnesota. Did not think we were going to beat the Eagles. Nobody did. But so then to have this happen this year, it's really crazy.
It's very interesting, man. But that's the NFL for you. That's the NFL for you. It's a very unpredictable entity. Each week, it's very week to week. It's very year to year. A team that's trash right now could be great next year. A team that's great right now can look like they're not going to make the playoffs, a la the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills were everybody's pick for the MVP and to give the Chiefs a run for their money in the AFC. They don't look like a playoff team right now. And Josh Allen is looking like your boy Daniel Jones right now.
Well, Josh Allen's always had an interception problem at the worst time possible. My issue with the Bills is that, and I've said this for probably 2 years now, they rely way too much on Josh Allen, and they don't have to. Where's your run game? He does not need to do all of these things. So, I know they fired their offensive coordinator, probably, about time to do that. But they're just not looking, they don't look like a playoff team, and I don't understand how they have that much talent and they can't seem to figure it out.
Yeah, man, they had to scapegoat their offensive coordinator. You hate to see it. They scapegoated him for Josh Allen's tomfoolery on the football field.
Yeah.
You hate to see somebody lose their job, but everybody in the world is willing to fire people, but the people who deserve to be fired here in Washington, everybody knows our head coach and our DC should have been out of there weeks ago. I don't even think we're going to see it during the season at this point.
What you think? Like it'll just be Black Monday, and that's what we'll do.
Yeah, I think Black Monday is going to be a complete baptism at Commanders Park. It's going to be a lot of the whole front office, the whole coaching staff, gonzo. I think EB will at least get an interview for the head coaching job at minimum, because him and Sam Howell they're doing good things together. They're making good music together so far through 10 weeks of the season.
But, I mean, we'll see. Apparently he's got an issue with interviewing.
I know it's been 16 interviews. I know. And that's something I don't want to take lightly when it comes to our next coach. Like, how many new prospecting GMs are going to come in and look past that many interviews a guy's been on? And like getting your first shot at 55 years old, like he's not, when you got all these hot shot 35-year-old offensive coordinators that are disciples of the Shanahan McVay coaching trees. It's like, where do you fit in that mix? But we'll talk about that later. Let's talk about your team. You're starting
this is why I'm diverting and changing subjects.
Y'all are starting a cast member from The Sopranos at quarterback. Talk to me about Tommy DeVito, the third quarterback you've seen play this year.
Oh, God. I was just, you know what, Giants Nation, it's your fault because I was there all summer. You guys were gassing this kid up. You're yelling his name. It's all your fault. I don't know.
Why are they gassing him up, Nikki? Please.
They're gassing him up. Like, they're out there, Tommy, they're chanting his name. Come on, Tommy. Yeah. So it's
because he's a Jersey Italian.
He is a Jersey Italian, like a real Italian kid. Yes. Yeah, no, he is. As you guys know, he lives at home with his parents, right? We all saw that. Everybody saw that. He lives at home with his parents. His mom, like, that's like true Italian mom, like take care of everything, right? Make the bed, do the laundry, the chicken cutlets are like ready for him when he gets home. So he could just like focus on football. I do feel bad for him though. I felt bad for him last week. Like Dallas is a really good team. That defense is really good. He did not deserve that. I think he's just trying to do the absolute best he can. He almost got his head taken off. So I mean, I don't really know really what to say.
I feel for that guy, man.
I feel bad for him.
What are y'all giving up now? 54 sacks on the season?
Oh my God. I don't know. I mean, you guys are going to have a field day. I've got no faith left. I know I cover the team, but I mean, it's miserable times here. I don't even like doing it.
There is a silver lining though. Like at the end of the year, you will get an opportunity in the spring to pick your quarterback of the future. And I think y'all going to have another year of the Daniel Jones contract. Then y'all can completely dissolve that, cut it up, throw it out, because y'all are going to finally get a guy. Are you paying attention to UNC and USC?
Yes. Here and there I am. Yes. Paying attention because I have to. It's just, it's a shame. It's a shame this just team is not working out. And, its expectations were, I think expectations this year were at least be at the same level that the team was last year. And to only have 2 wins on the season, there's a ton of injuries. The Giants are always like the number one most injured team, which I kind of say like, I mean, you feel it as a Commanders fan, how people that should be fired, right? It's like, how long do these teams have to have the same issue over and over and over again?
Keep away with it.
Personnel. I don't understand it. Like special teams, like I don't get it. Like why? Obviously we have an issue with the training staff. I don't know why we're always the most injured team year after year after year, and they just drop like flies. So it's just been an unfortunate year. It's been a miserable year. But we just I still root for them to win. Like if I'm watching, I'm not rooting for the tank.
As much as fans do, I think a lot of us do. We get caught up in I'm guilty of this myself, of the tank wanting us to lose. But once the games start, the fan and the love for our teams kicks in, and it's like, no, I just want to win. Especially now that we have something to cheer for. We actually look like we have a real franchise quarterback of the future on our roster. So there's something there. a silver lining for the season, even if the playoffs do not exist. But
right.
something has to be wrong with y'all's training staff because I'm looking at the injury report. Every relevant,
is the whole team on there? Whole team's on there.
Every relevant player on your roster is on the injury report. Jalen Hyatt, Adoree Jackson, Dexter Lawrence, Evan Neal, Okereke, Kayvon Thibodeau, Deonte Banks, Barkley, DeVito, Cardell Flott, Xavier McKinney, Pinnock, Wendell Robinson, Andrew Thomas, Deion Jackson, Azeez Ojala. Your whole fucking roster is on the injury report.
It's business decisions. They don't want to play. They don't even want to be there.
I was wondering, is this these guys are actually hurt, concussed whatsoever, or are these phantom injuries because the team is embracing the tank?
Listen, if I was one of those players, I would make a business decision personally, but that's just me. I'm not really a team player, so I'll be looking out for myself and my money. So
they call Nikki a closet Washington fan. Yeah, she is. I gotta send her the house shirt. I just let her know.
Where's my shirt? Every time I come on your show, and every time I get off your show, I get all these DMs. Nikki, wear burgundy and gold, and gold's a tough color for me. I don't know.
No, it's not, but burgundy is not. And I think you would look very good in the burgundy, which is actually maroon and gold, of our color. I think you would look really good in the house shirt. We got to get you one of those.
Yeah, ASAP. You told me in the summer you were going to give me one.
Hey, let me know where I'm sending it, and then I got you. It's going to be on the way. It's going to be on the way. The holiday season.
I've only been waiting since like July, but okay. It's been on the way since July.
It's coming. It's coming. I promise you. It's the holiday season. It's the season for giving. We're going to make sure you get your burgundy and gold shirt. But you have something to look forward to this Sunday because we are the one team that cannot figure you bastards out. And it doesn't matter who's playing quarterback at this point. It could be Daniel Jones, who is not a good NFL quarterback to me, Tyrod Taylor, who's a professional backup quarterback, or Sopranos cast member Jackie Jr. DeVito that you're starting at quarterback right now. What does he have? 3 touchdowns this year? He's probably going to throw for 3 this Sunday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It'll probably be some crazy, he'll have just some crazy career day against you guys because I don't know. That's just how it seems to be going. And you said on your last show, it is your guys' fault. Daniel Jones got paid all that money.
It is our fault. We wrote his check.
Yeah, you wrote his check. You know what though? I actually really don't think the Giants are going to win this game. So I mean, I want to, and I think this is going to be the type of game where literally anything and everything is going to happen. I think it's just going to be one of those sloppy, messy
NFC East games.
Yeah, NFC East games. If this were to end in a tie, I wouldn't be surprised. I would hate it, but
crazy that you said that. I'm definitely predicting a tie on Sunday.
Yeah, something's gonna happen. I just know it. It's gonna be crazy, sloppy. Nobody's gonna want to watch except for our 2 fan bases. So I wouldn't be surprised if DeVito has, this career day. And this is what I say every week, and nobody gets the joke, because he was quarterback for Don Bosco. And they're big rivals, Bergen Catholic. This is very Jersey thing. And I'm just let the Commanders be Bergen Catholic. All right. That's all you got to think about, Tommy. That's it.
That's some super Jersey shit. But DeVito,
Jersey. That's real Jersey shit right there.
There's no reason Washington, we're actually 9.5 point favorites. We don't beat anybody by double digits. And the reverse jinx is on because I looked at the panel when they do the game previews on NFL Network every week. All 10 of the panelists picked Washington. We're 9.5 point favorites.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
We don't beat teams by 10. But when I look at your roster, half of your roster's out. The other half doesn't want to play because your season's DOA right now. Your season is completely in the ground, 6 feet deep. Y'all have not scored 1 touchdown in the first quarter all season. The only team in the NFL that hasn't, I believe. Y'all just got 80 points put up on y'all the last 2 games, one versus an interim coach in his first game as the head coach. How Washington would it be for this game to be like a tie or y'all beat us Sunday?
It would be so typical of these 2 franchises that have had such up and down seasons, up and down games. Sometimes they'll be great for two weeks and you think like we're turning it around. And then I don't know, 3 weeks, like you hit the skid. Yeah, I like I said, I really think anything could happen in this game. But I do think the Commanders ultimately do come away with a win. I know that's like not what everybody wants to hear, and I'll probably get crushed for that, in Giants Nation. But who cares? They're mad at me anyway because I wore a Bengals jersey. So they did say, though, that I could get reinstated if I sent nudes.
Oh my God. Y'all heard a Giants fan base. But in their defense, not the nudes part. That's nasty. Stop being nasty, y'all.
Yeah.
She don't need to send nudes to get back in the fan base, you desperate ass Bamas over there in Jersey and New York. But if I came on the show rocking another team's colors and it wasn't because I'm paying off a bet, I would get absolutely slandered over here as well. Like they would be at my fucking neck with pitchforks ready to go. I don't think anybody's asking for nudes in favor of me.
Well, and you know what it was? It was like, oh, we can't believe you did this, but it actually kind of looks good on you. So, because it's it's orange and black. Those are easier colors for me to wear than red and blue. Yeah, like you guys do have that all black jersey. I like that.
And we're wearing them Sunday. It's our salute to service game. The background you see behind me with the camo W, the blacked out end zone, the field's going to look like that Sunday. We're wearing our all black, which fans hate because we're 1-3 in our black jerseys. We've worn them 4 times.
Oh.
We lost on the road versus Dallas. We lost a heartbreaker versus Minnesota, and the Bears beat our ass on Thursday Night Football in them, and we won 1 game. We beat the Falcons in them last year with Taylor Heineke. But they think there are funeral uniforms where we dress for our own funeral and bury ourselves every
come on, guys. That has nothing to do with it. Like,
it's the second season of having them. They're not long enough to be a curse yet, y'all. Like,
yeah.
I've seen this team lose in every color we own hundreds of times. 3 losses in black, it's not going to take me off the fact that I love the black team gear. It's very sleek. You look good in that as well.
Yes. So I would wear that. I feel like that's easier for like today. If you guys watch my Instagram story, I wore all black.
All black dress, nice long sleeve dress, and the tight fitting. It was looking real nice on you.
So see, I can rock the black. That's why, Ravens, purple and black. Those are good colors. But now I have people reaching out to me and they're like, if we send you a jersey, can you just wear it and like take a picture?
Hey, they said we'll take you just as you are. Yes, we will. We will take.
All right, see, then I don't even have to wear gold. Gold is tough. Gold is tough.
Your initiation, though, is you have to come down to Landover, Maryland, to our toilet stadium. You have a toilet stadium, so it would be nothing new to you.
It's on a swamp.
Hell yeah, you got to come down. You got to come down to FedEx, and you got to come tailgate and watch a game with us. You have to actually eat real food at the tailgate.
Oh shit! I'll come, but what do I have to eat?
You got actual food. Like you're not coming to eat smoothies or eat kale at a football game, Nikki.
Well, can you have a smoothie for me?
We'll see what we can do. I can make accommodations for you. One thing that's actually a bright spot of your roster, Dexter Lawrence is playing very well for y'all. He had the most pressure Sam Howell faced versus him all year. He had 6 pressures versus Sam. Y'all made Sam's life a living hell last time. Talk to me about Dexter Lawrence. And he's actually got the bag and he's still showing up every week.
Yeah. I knew he would. Sexy Dexy. So that's just the kind of guy he is. Been around him, 2 years now and interviewed him. And he's just kind of that guy. He will always show up. And he's just like that team guy. He's that team player. He will always show up. So yeah, not surprised there. But he did tell you last time that they were going to, give Sam Howell hell and just give him a really rough day. And I think they're going to do the same thing.
You think it's going to be a lot of the same of what we saw last time?
Yes.
Because y'all had Sam and EB in hell. Like y'all were Wink Martindale pulled out the whole aggressive playbook and had Sam in hell for 4 quarters. But I would just like you to know, since Sam Howell saw the Wink Martindale defense, he's on an absolute heater ever since. 3 straight 300-yard games, 8 touchdowns to 1 interception since. He's balling, and he's currently your NFL passing leader in passing yards going into week 11 of the season. So just to let you know, the game has slowed down between the ears since the last time he saw this defense. This is like his his exam this week? Did you learn from what you saw last time?
Right.
You think that y'all are going to give him more of the same on Sunday?
I think that's going to be the game plan. I think the expectation is that you guys are prepared for it. But I just think the pressure is going to keep coming.
A guy that you've actually done work with him. You covered him when he was there. Nick Gates. The O-line has got significantly better since we benched him a few weeks ago.
Oh,
talk
shocker.
Talk to me about your guy.
I think I told you that. I could have told you that. Not my guy. No, I could have told you that. Was never. Listen, we did his camp. I've interviewed him on podcasts, and he's a great guy. He does so much for the community. But I was never really high on him. So I am not surprised that your line got better when you benched him.
Yep, we made 2 offensive lineman moves, and we shuffled the deck a little bit, and we changed the play call. We getting the ball out of Sam's hand quicker, and we went from giving up 6 sacks a game to giving up around 2 sacks a game. That's a significant difference. We were on pace to give up 100 and shatter the record. Y'all are caught up to us in sacks now, so something has clearly changed. But for y'all, it's been a lot of the same the last few weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all ain't protecting nobody.
No, we're not protecting anybody. I don't even know if there's an offensive line out there. I put them on the milk carton. They're missing. I don't know like where they've been. It's just been brutal. What are we on our 7th, 8th O-line shuffle? I mean, and this is the thing. It's been like this every single year. And it's always shuffled at least 5 to 6, 7, 8 times. It's always we're battling injuries, and it's a mess. It's a complete mess. And what really bothers me is, I mean, you guys want to come at me all the time and say, I don't understand football, because I never move from this stance that if you don't have a good offensive line, you can't do shit. So stop coming at me because you're the idiots that don't understand football. Without an O-line, you're not going anywhere.
This is true. But
I don't care who your quarterback is. We have seen you could get by with a really good O-line and like a mid quarterback or a journeyman backup can and you got a couple good wide receivers, decent wide receivers. You can make something happen. If you don't have a good O-line, forget it.
Quarterbacks that have that special gene, that special trait about them, they can make shit shake with a shaky O-line. 2011 Eli. Danny told me to bring this up when you say this today because he knew you were going to say this at some point of the show.
What, Eli about the offensive line?
Yeah, he was going to tell me that Eli played his best football in 2011 when y'all had a shaky-ass offensive line. Because he said he knew you were going to say this exact thing tonight. What do you have to say to Danny about that?
Well, I guess he just knows me well, and he sees that like some people just give me a hard time, like, oh, she doesn't know football because she's talking about the offensive line. I'm sorry, it really starts there. It actually starts with fundamentals, which you all know. And I look at this team, and I'm like, half the time they look like they've never played a game in their life. I just. It's unbelievable to me. And the penalties, I mean, I don't know about you, but every time I watch a play, I'm like, where's the flag? Like there's a flag.
I check for one every time Washington does something positive. I pause my hype, Yeah,
I know, because you can't get hype about it because I know there's a flag. It's probably on the Giants, and we're going, just one step forward and 87 steps back. So, but I feel like that with any game that I watch. I'm always like, is there a flag?
I know the feeling, but just y'all have medicine, y'all have elixir waiting for you on Sunday. Our defense is a bottom 3 unit in the entire NFL. John Allen and Deron Payne, the only 2 left because we traded Sweat and Young away at the trade deadline. Our 2 D tackles making north of $21 million a year have both been absent. Deron Payne hasn't touched the quarterback in over a month and a half of football. John Allen just got his first sack in a couple weeks. They haven't been able to apply pressure as much this year. They haven't been as effective. And our secondary, it's charity. They just give away offensive yards and 100 quarterback ratings up every week. So it's like a mano-a-mano game. I think the X factor of this game, obviously, is that there's only one good quarterback on the field for both teams. And I would say the same thing if y'all were fully healthy, because I would like Giants Nation to know In 10 games of 2023, Sam Howell has more touchdowns than Daniel Jones had in all of 2022. He had 15 touchdowns. Sam's already passed that in 10 weeks. Our quarterback's already better than yours. He was a better college quarterback. He's going to be a better pro quarterback, but that's your guy. Talk to me about when you did see Daniel Jones this year. What did you see from him in this season when he did play?
I saw someone who was seeing ghosts, not trusting his offensive line, not seeing the field, not seeing guys open. But again, I mean, like, how can you when you're getting sacked left and right? I'm not making excuses for him. He absolutely had to play better, needs to play better, but the offensive line play is not helping. It's not helping anybody, really. But it definitely didn't help him. And it's a shame because when I start covering, mini camps, like I was there in April. So it's around this team, 2 years in a row, almost all year. And what I saw in the offseason versus what we got, it's a shame because it was like two completely different people. I saw in the offseason a confident Jones commanding his offense, commanding his team. We got in season and it was like I don't even know where that person went. So no, I mean it's not good play, and I'm sad that he's hurt, but it's just unfortunate all around, really.
So what do you guys do with him in 2024 when you trot out Caleb Williams or Drake May onto when you catapult them onto the QB room there? What the hell is Daniel Jones doing? Is Daniel Jones starting while y'all play the rookie has to earn his keep game, or are y'all just gonna put the rookie out there and tell $40 million man to hold a Microsoft Surface Pro on the sideline?
I know it's hard, right? It's hard. It's like not a great situation to be in. I guess it depends on the quarterback. But listen, we're in this league now is like win now. So it's like, hey, you get drafted. There is no sitting behind Aaron Rodgers for 3 years and waiting and learning. It's you're jumping right in there. You're expected to win. You're expected to turn the team around. So if they went that route, I could see it. I don't know if they would, but I kind of hope they do.
That would be the most amazing job in the history of jobs, to be a $40 million backup quarterback.
And just chilling.
Just cooling on the sideline, holding the Surface Pro, sitting next to the QB coach, pretending that you're in the conversation.
Right, right.
Like that's a
Can I get that job?
I know that's a great gig. That's a great
gig.
I'm
not sure
you would not. You'd die behind y'all offensive line.
Oh yeah, I would. No, but Jones doesn't have to play. Like you just get stand there with the. I could stand there,
Hey, but you're always one snap away, and the way y'all O-line looking, y'all may send one of them quarterback to the injury report like every other player.
I'll sit for $40 million. I'll suit up.
Hey, you'll sit. Hey, everybody. Hey, Mike Tyson said it best. Everybody got a plan until they gets punched in the mouth. Football is not a game. Football is not a game. For football practice, when you end the football practice, it feels like you got in a car accident. Even like the quarterbacks don't get touched, so maybe not the quarterback, you'll be fine. But you ever get hit by one of these 340-pound motherfuckers? Like, I would not want to see what you look like at the bottom of that pile.
Well, I almost got taken out on the sideline. I believe Stills was going in for a catch and literally almost just plowed right into me. And thankfully I moved just in time. But I did cheer for a long time, and I remember in high school we played the Powder Puff game. So
I love that.
Football players, we're the cheerleaders, and then we played football. So of course I was a wide receiver. I mean, obviously, because
can you catch?
Yes, I can catch. I don't drop the ball. Anyone throws me the ball, I don't drop it.
Oh, so you're no Darius Slayton.
Darius Slayton.
You're no Slayton. You actually have hands.
I have hands. Yeah, no, we put the game plan together. We coached the guys. I mean, it was great. It was fun. Yeah.
How's your rookie class treating you this year? Because my rookie class isn't doing too much of anything. How about you?
We can't. I don't know. We can't. It's nothing to really see. I mean, Banks is he's having a good year for a rookie. Everybody knows if you watch my 2 podcasts, if you follow my coverage, for the New York Giants, which your audience probably doesn't, I've been really high on Jalen Hyatt. I've liked this kid since I interviewed him back in April. Just a really good kid. I know he can open up this offense. They can't get him the ball, right? And then when they do, he does open up the offense, and he's just that big playmaker. And I so badly, I want to check into the Hyatt. I really do want to enjoy my stay there, but
you will this weekend.
We can't. We just can't get the ball to him. So it's tough to evaluate any talent really on this team, and I don't even think it's fair.
I just want a chance to evaluate our guys. We're forcing two of our edge rushers we drafted to play now that we traded the edge guys out of here. But before that, we couldn't even really get our rookies on the field. Emmanuel Forbes, our first round pick, it's either been bad, okay, and then last week he gets the most fluke ejection in the history of ejection.
Yeah.
For the most normal penalty ever. For his first offense, someone sitting in a chair in New York decided that y'all should eject him, and they need to figure out the rules of the league, because it feels like the refs are making shit up week by week at this point.
Oh yeah, we need someone to tell us what a catch is, because it depends who's watching.
Hell yeah, a catch should not be that subjective. Hyatt is a take the top off the defense guy. If he ever refines his route running, he's going to be a problem from New York, especially if he has a quarterback throwing it to him. He caught a couple deep balls on St. Jude's bum ass last time we played. So I expect you to check into the Hyatt this weekend a little bit.
I would like to check into the Hyatt.
I would like to see my rookie class do something. Saquon Barkley, what are y'all doing with him in 2024 and beyond?
Listen, if I was Saquon, I would just make a business decision. And people are giving him shit, right? Because it was, I want to be a Giant. I want to work this contract out. I want to be here so bad. And now they're giving him shit because he's like complaining, not complaining, but he's frustrated. He's frustrated with the state of the team. And I can't blame him. I don't think those two things can exist. You can want to be part of your organization and your team, but you can also be very frustrated at the state of things. That doesn't mean you don't want to be there. It's just a shame. Again, it's really a shame that there is great talent on this team and you can't evaluate it. You can't see it fully. Saquon just can't perform to his ability because you've got really crappy offensive line play. It just all around just really sucks. It really, really sucks. And if he's not here next year, I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, so are you predicting he's not going to be here next year?
I think there's a strong chance that might happen, yeah. All
right, and what are your options after Saquon that you currently have on the roster? A rookie and a vet, right?
Yeah. Not great options, but I mean, again, like you could just get a serviceable back, provided you have a decent serviceable offensive line. Like with what it is now, it really doesn't matter who you have back there. And I love Saquon. I actually hate to see him be wasted. Like just as a fan of football and watching good talent, I just hate to see him be wasted on this team.
So what's what is your optimal conclusion to this season for the Giants? Like what needs to happen over these next 7 weeks? Would it be bad if y'all went on like a mini heater and ended up winning like 5 games instead of going like 3-14? What it looks like y'all might lose out, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
If y'all get past us without a game, what's the optimal finish for the Giants this year?
Yeah, I'm thinking, there's the probably win against the Patriots. There's a good chance they could win there. Obviously, they could not easily, but anything could go wrong or right against the Commanders. If I had to pick out 2 wins, that's probably where it would come from. But I know this fan base would absolutely just be throwing torches if they went on a heater and they started winning games. They'd be so mad because their draft pick is ruined. Like they would be literally so mad and upset. I think maybe 1 or 2 more games they win realistically for the rest of the season. And that's it. Listen, I embraced the suck a really long time ago. So by now, what are we, week 11?
Yep.
I'm fully jaded and have no expectations whatsoever.
Please tell me that y'all don't have any more primetime games this year.
Oh, you know what? No, wait. We do play the Eagles on Christmas. It's a 4:25 game, I think, because I think the Ravens are Christmas
I
night.
hope we never have to watch Tommy DeVito on primetime. Like, please.
I don't want to watch Tommy DeVito on primetime. Are you serious? I don't even want to watch it.
I don't want to see him at 1 p.m. Why would I want to watch him at 8 p.m. with the bright light? Hell no.
I don't want to see him at 1 p.m. either. I don't want to watch it. Like, that's the thing. Like, you guys think I'm kidding.
I'll be there.
I don't want to watch it. I'm going to watch it, but I don't really, it's not fun to watch. It's actually just quite miserable.
I know the feeling. It's numb. It's a very numbing feeling. It's like I could do so much better things with my Sunday, but but you have not been through enough off of 12 years of irrelevancy. You've saw 2 of them championship things, and I would almost commit murder to see my team in the conference champion attempted murder. I would do terrible things to see Washington play in the NFC championship. If I seen my team win 2 championships, I could never be depressed about them again. I don't think.
No, see, that's the thing. You got, like, everybody says that, right? It's like, oh, Giants fans are spoiled. You got to see your team win 2, this, that, but that doesn't mean. And yes, we are very lucky. It's hard to win a Super Bowl, let alone in a few years span, and you do it twice against the same team. I mean, really, the universe had to align there, which was crazy in itself. But you can also be really mad again at the state of the organization that you're going on 12 years of really bad play. And it's not like, oh, the defense was bad for 3 years and the offensive. No, it's always the offensive line. It's always special teams. Somehow, some way, it's like the training staff, the scouting staff. Since Tom Coughlin's left, I mean, we got Dable now. We had Joe Judge. We had McAdoo. We had Pat Shermer. I mean, it's all sucked. All of it.
Hell yeah. But y'all be all right. Y'all will be all right. Just like, who's just joined the party of depression and I laugh at them? Patriot fans.
Yes. Welcome, Patriot fans.
2 decades of dominance, and y'all are sitting here talking crazy because y'all had 2 bad seasons. Whoop-de fucking
yeah, okay, I'll give you that. The one fan base that needs to shut the fuck up are the Patriot fans. Like, my God, how many, please, talk about spoiled fans.
The way that they talk about Bill Belichick, he's never accomplished anything. They talk about Bill Belichick like he's Ron Rivera. That shit is crazy to me.
I know. I mean, I understand, maybe it is time for a change, but they really act like this man did nothing for them.
That's crazy. It's crazy. Him and Brady would not have been each other without each other. There would have never been 6 Super Bowl wins. There would never been all that without one or the other. It wasn't just happens. It was both of them. It wasn't just Brady. It wasn't just Bill. I hate that whole who's more responsible. Fuck that. They won them shits together.
They did it together. That's the thing, and that's always my stance. And it's something that comes up on a lot of shows. Well, was it Brady? Was it Belichick? And I think it was a perfect storm. I think they both brought something out in each other, the best in each other. How they went about it. I know, did you watch Tom Brady's documentary? It's 10 series.
Yep.
Right. And he said he just kind of got to a point where he went to Tampa and he wanted to have fun. So, the Patriot way did bring a lot of success, but I think it was the both of them. I don't think it was more so one or the other.
Hell yeah. And I'm glad you just mentioned the Patriot way, because there are rumors starting to heat up in NFL circles that Washington is interested in Bill Belichick after we move on from Ron. And while I respect and put all reverence on the name of GOAT Belichick, I don't want that here right now. We need new blood. It is 2023. The Patriot way needs to die when Bill Belichick no longer works for the Patriot. That shit needs to die. These are young, impressionable 22-year-olds. They're not trying to be coached like that by a senior citizen in the year 2023. And there's a reason why none of Bill Belichick's disciples from his coaching tree, they never work out in other locations, because that Patriot way shit only resonates from Bill in the state of Massachusetts. It doesn't happen outside of it.
No, it doesn't. And when he does retire, You're right. That Patriot way is going to be out, and now it's the Andy Reid way. I feel like, right? I mean, that's the way.
Air that shit out and let guys be themselves and have
Yes.
fun and have personalities and have emotion. Love Bill Belichick. Love him. Put all the respect and reverence on his name. I do not want any parts of Bill the GM or Bill the coach in my franchise. Let him take.
I don't blame you. It's just time to let's just move on. And one of the things that I do like about Andy Reid is he's not the type of coach where he's like, well, you're going to mold to what I want to do in the game plan. He uses what he has and molds his game plan around that. Like, he's not trying to fit the square peg in a round hole. He's using his guys' talent and letting them shine, letting them be themselves. And every single player has always said that about Andy Reid. You don't hear that about Bill Belichick. So I think that way will die off when he retires. And honestly, I think it's time. I think it's time.
I think he's gonna coach somewhere else. I don't think it's
really?
Gonna be here.
Where do you think? Where?
I don't know. Maybe Vegas. I don't know. Vegas.
I hope Antonio Pierce gets it.
I mean, that would be nice. That would be a good story. Hell yeah. Former Giant and Redskin Antonio Pierce won him a ring with the Giants. Did he won 2 with him or just 1? He won a ring with y'all, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. He won a ring with y'all. But I mean, hey, Tom Brady's a minority owner. Garoppolo's there. That Brady might fit right. Now, I don't think, and he might not want to do business being back in bed with Tom again. But send that Belichick Patriot way shit to Vegas, to LA, to Chicago, to Atlanta. Send it anywhere but here in DC.
Well, do you think that would work with the Chargers? Because I feel like that Brandon Staley's on the hot seat.
Yep. And I honestly, I know there are good examples of it, like hiring DeMeco Ryans, but you got it. When you have a quarterback, you can't hire a defensive head coach. The quarterback and the head coach need to be in lockstep, married. When you have a defensive-minded head coach, every offensive coordinator does 1 or 2 things. He's great and he goes and gets a head coaching job, or he sucks and he's fired, and it's a revolving door that never closes. They need to be in lockstep. So the head coach needs to be an offensive guy so he can be tied to the quarterback until all eternity. You just need to hire a good defensive coordinator. So I don't know. The Chargers will probably I'm praying Kellen Moore gets that job, because him and Justin Herbert are doing magic. Their defense just sucks. Herbert's putting up numbers every week.
Oh, I know. Their defense is horrible. And I thought their defense was they had a couple of weeks where I was like, all right, maybe they turn around. And then last week it was just oh, here we go again. So yeah, offensively, they're doing great things. I love Justin Herbert. That defense they just can't seem to get it together over there.
Oh yeah. So just to close out this pointless ass game and move on to another conversation, what is your prediction? You got to give me a score and give me a what's going to happen on Sunday at FedEx Field.
Messy, sloppy, boring, lots of penalties. Something crazy like blocked field goal. I don't know. Fights are going to break out. Either Tommy DeVito is going to have a career day, or Sam Howell somebody in this game is going to have some random ass fantasy. They're going to go off, and then you're not going to touch them for the rest of the year. Someone's going to have a really good day. That I think we're looking at 13-10.
If we manage to only put up 13 or 10 points versus y'all, who's given up 80 points in the last 2 games and almost 100 to the Cowboys in 2 games this year, then we're going to have a long conversation about EB. So this is how I see the game playing out. I think both quarterbacks are going to bowl. Our quarterback's on a roll right now. He hasn't seen a bad game since he last saw the Giants. So I think his role continues, and I think we're going to have an assortment of solutions to what Wink Martindale was sending at us.
An assortment of solutions.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a few ways to counter what y'all was doing. The game is slowed down for Sam. Another 300-yard day for Sam Howell. But Tommy DeVito, for no reason, Tommy DeVito is throwing for 250-plus yards and multiple touchdowns for the first time. Well, he's gonna throw for 2 touchdowns, 250-plus. I got the game. I don't want to reverse jinx us. I'm going to call it a 23-23 tie in Washington.
And calling a tie. You're calling a tie and a big day for Tommy DeVito. That's some wild shit. That's how you know this game is so like pointless. Like
it's because that is the most like I like to always like remember that typical Washington shit hits us each week. The most typical Washington result would be us tying with New York, and despite of our quarterback having a good game. Like Sam's gonna ball out, and our defense is gonna do bad enough to let Jackie Jr. from The Sopranos have a career day, and it's going to be very depressing. And it may be finally be what breaks the camel's back to fire Jack Del Rio, at least if we're not going to fire him.
Okay. So are you rooting for the loss?
No, I'm going there. Like, I'm going to be there. I don't want to go there and watch us lose to y'all. Like, I want, like, right now, my only focus for these last 7 weeks is the development of my quarterback and what we have in EB. Right. So I need them to look good. If the game's 13-10 and I'm standing there and it's cold outside, it's going to be so fucking depressing. And I'm going to be pondering selling off the rest of my tickets this year because you can't lose to this fucking team. Y'all are not trying to win. Winning is not beneficial for you. Your whole roster doesn't want to play. Y'all are actively trying to lose this game. Losing would be so bad for us.
Yeah, it would be, but there is a strong possibility that happens because I feel like when Giants and Commanders play, they always have that one game where it's like neither team wants to win. Like they just keep like messing up, and there's miscues and there's penalties and there's really stupid mistakes, and they'll have that one game, will blow it out, and then the next game will be like, okay, no one wants to win. So I really could see a tie.
I'm really calling a 2023 tie. It's like half sarcasm and half I really think that could be the result because we're such a random ass football team.
Yeah. Like, and this matchup tends to sometimes be random.
Super random. Like that tie we had at MetLife last year.
Oh my God.
I felt so awkward when it finished. Like, what am I supposed to say about this game?
You're just like meh about it. It's like so anticlimactic. You're just like, okay. You know what it's like? It's like that guy that like hypes himself up and talks this big game, and then like it's got no game going on. You're just like, okay.
So hold on. So are we talking game or are we talking intimately? Like you're talking about a guy that talks himself up in the last 60 seconds. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, like things like that. Like you just like you talk yourself up. It's like this big deal, right? And then it's like, oh, okay. It's like awkward because you're like, I'm just gonna go. Like
that goes both ways too. Because I have seen my fair share of females who talk all this talk and then they get down to business and they're more in the prude category. And I'm not judging them for being that, but don't talk up a game and then be boring when it comes down to the funness,
Right. It does go both ways. I'm not saying it doesn't, but that's just what pops into my head.
Oh yeah, it's like all the helium is let out of the balloon. But before I let you go, I gotta get at least one food conversation out of you because I think your palate and your choice of eatery is some of the more compelling conversation that I hear when I listen to your stuff and when we collaborate. Next week is Thanksgiving. Do you cook for Thanksgiving?
So I've hosted 9 years in a row. Okay. My sister, my mom, and I, we all pitch in. So it is a family, it is a team effort, I do like a really nice appetizer table. Like I do go all out and I get all the stuff that people like. And they handle like the bigger stuff that I probably, and some stuff I just pick up catering for. Okay.
I'm just curious because you eat like pet rabbit food. What do you eat on Thanksgiving? Like you ain't making smoothie casserole on Thanksgiving.
So I do have salad, right? Because it's like part of the appetizer.
On Thanksgiving, you don't need a salad.
Yeah, well, it's on the appetizer table, and like shrimp cocktail, I have on the appetizer table, so I'll do that. I do like turkey. I actually like have kind of perfected. I can do it. It took me a few years. Took me a couple YouTube videos. My brother is a really good cook. Like walked me through it a few times. So I will eat some turkey. I do like grill, like a roasted asparagus, right? So I'll do that. Little bit of stuffing. There's a place down the street that does really good stuffing that I get from there. I don't make it.
All right, power rank me your top 3 Thanksgiving foods.
I'll
start if you need me to. I'll start.
The thing is like it's not like my favorite. It's not like my favorite foods. That's the thing.
I know.
Here I do like pumpkin pie, but it has to be cold. I can't have warm pumpkin pie.
I like cold pumpkin pie too.
It has to be cold. So
and I like pumpkin pie. Like I'm not an either or person. Like I'm a person that likes to have options. I like sweet potato or pumpkin. Some people say you have to choose one or the other.
You know? I do get like a million pies. There's this great place called Twin Pond Farms, a couple towns over, and I will get like a plethora of pies because my family likes all different types. But I don't like apple pie. Or what the hell else did I get?
Why do you not like apple pie?
Because it's too sweet. I don't like it. And then I gotta buy ice cream because everybody here wants vanilla ice cream on top of their pie. And
apple
I don't
pie
like ice cream. Yeah, no. And then I gotta put it in the oven and they want it warm. I'm like, oh my God.
So do you not like it because of the labor intensive environment that it brings, or do you just not like apple pie?
I just don't like apple pie. It's really sweet. I mean, then I got what I get, like cookies and cream pie. You know how I feel about cookies and cream. I don't like apple pie.
Okay. Do you like peach cobbler?
I actually don't think I've ever had it.
Jesus Christ. You've never had peach cobbler?
I don't think so. And if I did, I mean, it had to have been a really long time ago. But here's the thing. I don't like anything that's like overly sweet. I just can't do it. It just
You like cheesecake?
Plain.
Okay, but you like it though.
Yeah, but you know what I do? I eat like the graham cracker crust. Like I go to the back first. Like I like the crust.
Oh, me too. That's exactly how I eat my cheesecake. I like the crust first. Look at us. Look at us.
Oh my God, you just agreed with me on some.
Oh yeah, look at us. We're bonding.
Amish lady pet rabbit food take. I mean, my God. No, but it's for me, it's like I'm not a big sweets person. I don't like anything that's overly sweet, which is the reason why I say I don't like a lot of things that, you know, everybody says to me like, oh my God, you don't like cookies and Oreos and
the sweets are overrated. I have to be in a specific mood for certain sweets, but like you seem to like not like anything. That's it, kale rolls. Wet air. Yeah, that was funny.
Very hydrating. Wet air is like very.
I said that shit last time. Wet. It tastes like wet air. But hey, we need to get her some real ass food. Hell yeah, Nikki got that Gerber diet, the little Gerber cans we give the babies and the shit. That's Nikki. Like Nikki probably owns a NutriBullet and just throws vegetables in a juicer and calls that shit a meal. But
yeah, but it is a meal. So you guys, do you know how filling a smoothie can be?
It is. I love smoothies.
Especially if you put a scoop of like, I'll put like some Greek yogurt in it, just a scoop to get extra protein or something like that. And yeah, it could be really filling. And then like maybe you have a granola bar with that. And like, that's like cool.
I mean, you got to indulge and eat actual food sometime though.
I do. Like today I had an omelet with Allie. Yeah.
Okay. What was in your omelet? Like what would your omelet consist of?
Spinach and Swiss and mushrooms and a fruit cup.
Interesting. See, I always have to talk with Nikki about her food taste.
And she got eggs Benedict with avocado.
Fancy. Allie's fancy. Look at her.
Allie's fancy.
Eggs Benedict. Eggs Benedict. But Nikki has some of the funniest takes. And recently, I seen you just found out what corned beef hash in a can.
Oh my God.
Corned beef hash in a can is absolute fire. That is absolute struggle cuisine right there. And I saw you on Twitter getting judged like you don't like broke people because you said corned beef hash comes in a can. And it was funny as shit watching them attack you on Twitter.
Oh my God. Yeah, they're attacking me. They're like, I hate poor people apparently. So I took it and ran with it. And I posted this story with the Billy Joel Uptown Girl in the background, you know, because everybody was like, you've never been broke. You hate poor people. That's what poor people eat. Why are you so judgy? And I'm like, oh my God. So then I took it even further and I posted, you guys remember when Paris Hilton wore that Stop Being Poor shirt? So I took it even further, and I said that was me out of all the poor people that I hate. So I don't eat pork. I never heard of corned beef hash in a can. And I said, sounded like something out of Dr. Seuss, like in that, what is that book? What is it called? Green eggs and ham. Like that. That's what it sounded like.
Corned beef hash. That shit's gay. They said this Nikki be drinking the free medium sodas that the Maras offer at MetLife.
I don't drink soda. Oh, don't get me started on the food at MetLife. It's fucking garbage. Like, it is garbage. Like, I can't. But I didn't know what corned beef hash in a can was. I didn't mean it to come off that way. Just they said, actually, the panel told me not to look it up. I did it anyway. I looked it up and I was like, I wish I didn't.
It's good. It's actually really good, by the way. I have two more food questions before I let you go. Okay. So you can watch your second team, the Bengals, play the Ravens on Thursday night football.
My boyfriend, Joe Burrow. Yeah.
Have you ever in your life had ramen Marukan soup in the package from the grocery store?
I have had it.
Chicken or beef?
Chicken.
Chicken. What did you think of it?
I think I've only had it a couple
Look
times.
At us, guys. Look at she's like, you fucking peasants who eat these fucking ramen noodles.
Right, because I hate poor people and peasants. Yeah, I know. Because I know. I'm gonna get killed for it. I'm getting killed for it. Somebody was like, "You're so judgy. Like you just come off like you're." I'm like, oh my god. It's just either I've never heard of it. It grosses me out. I don't know.
Corned beef hash be slapping, man. In the Black community, we'll make some shit shake with some corned beef hash and a breakfast meal. But have you ever had grits?
I've never had grits in my life.
Do you know what grits are?
I do not, and they don't look good.
You gotta have them, but you gotta have them cooked the right way, and they have that. You look like a person who doesn't eat cheese. Do you not eat cheese?
I do, but I don't like anything overly cheesy. Like that's why I don't like grilled cheese.
And you don't like baked mac and cheese?
No. I'm not a big mac and cheese like maybe a bite. Like I just don't.
Christ. Woman, Nikki, you're losing me. You're losing me.
I thought I lost you a long time ago.
Grilled cheese and mac. I know, but we was vibing just a second ago. We were back. Like our connection was like this when you said the graham cracker crust with the cheesecake. I was like,
yes. That's it. We only vibed on cheesecake crust, as you knew if you were going to hit me with all these other questions.
Every other food a normal person eats, you gotta not like it. Like outside of smoothies, what do you eat, boo?
Okay, so this is probably my most frequently asked question outside of do you have an OnlyFans, send nudes, and send feet pictures. So
hey, shout out to Shooter shooting though, but back to what you were saying.
I guess so. So I eat salad, smoothies, fruit, grilled chicken, sushi, popcorn, and Tito's mostly.
You eat like a cartoon character.
Cartoon
character. I don't know. Have you ever watched a cartoon before when you were a kid? You ever watch one of those, Nikki? I gotta ask because cartoon characters never eat, and when they do eat, it's some bullshit. It's like they're never eating a meal. They're always snacking on some shit, but they never eat actual.
Okay, but like, what's that? What's a meal? Like, what is an ideal meal?
Like
okay.
A meat, a vegetable, a starch, maybe a protein of some sort of starch or something.
Sometimes I'll just eat a piece of grilled chicken, like, and that's it.
Like just chicken by itself.
Just chicken by itself, yeah.
What's on the chicken? Please tell me you at least seasoning the chicken.
Oh yeah, like salt, pepper, garlic, or sometimes like a marinade or something.
Okay, I had to check.
I told you I at least have salt and pepper. I mean, what do you think?
I mean, but there are more spices in this world than salt and pepper. I like to introduce a lot of my white friends to other sauces. Like, you ever heard of seasoning salt? You ever heard of Cajun There's other seasonings that exist outside.
You introduce your white friends?
I like to because it's like a growing joke of mine. I like to say that white people stole all the spices from around the world and decided not to use them on their food.
No, I have more than salt and pepper. Yes, I do eat seafood. I actually love seafood. I love fish. Yeah, I will eat that. There's a couple things I won't touch from the sea, but
What's that?
I don't like clams. I don't like oysters. I don't like mussels.
I don't like oysters. I get shitted on when I say I don't like oysters either.
Yeah, no, it's like a texture look thing for me. Like no hamburger helper. No, sorry.
Damn, what did hamburger helper do to you?
It's disgusting. Like no, it reminds me of like the
Poverty.
cafeteria food, like lunch, like.
Hey, once again, Nikki said y'all are peasants. She said we're peasants. If you
Fucking peasants and your corned beef hash and your fucking hamburger helper. Goddamn poor people.
Now
I'm gonna clip that up. Don't worry, I'll help you out. I'll clip it up. I'll post it, and I'll take the heat for it.
You have to buy that Paris Hilton shirt that says "Stop being
poor." Yeah,
that shit is totally you. Even though I know you're not like that, it's funny as shit because you could easily, by someone who doesn't know you, be typecasted as that kind of person.
I know. See, that's the funny thing, and I think it's like if you know me and you're. If you know me and you're friends with me, you know that, I could easily be typecast like that. But you guys, I was a broke college kid at one point. So, I mean, listen, I get it. I just...
Hey, comment of the night right here, Commander Lorian. Shout out to my guy. They said Nikki keeps it 100. She eats clean and stays in shape. She'll outlive us all. Oh, 100%. I'm not going to...
I'm outliving all the peasants. I'm outliving all the peasants, as I should.
You do that because, to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure. I'm trying to be here too long anyway because, like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, depressing.
I don't want to be too old, you know? I don't want to grow too old because once I get to a point where I'm an old-ass vegetable, like, I'm not even alive anyway. I'm just a body.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to be like shit in my pants in a walker. I don't know where I am, what I'm doing. No, pull the plug. Just, I don't know, throw me in the middle of traffic. I'm not living like that.
I tell my kids straight up, like, if I get to the point where y'all got to take care of me because they say, oh, you raise kids so you take care of them so they can one day take care of you. No, if y'all ever got to take care of me like that, pull the plug on me. It's my time to expire. Let me leave this earth in peace. You know what I'm saying? But Nikki's going to outlive us all because she's healthy, because she eats like the Easter bunny. But I love it. I love that she is 100% embraces who she is. She's authentic, and she always gives us golden takes when she comes on the channel. Thank you for coming on tonight. Let the people know where they can find you on social media, where they can follow your fine ass, all that good stuff.
You guys can find me on Twitter, Instagram at NikkiNick9384, also TikTok at NikkiNick9384. My podcast, I have two of them, Thunder and Lightning, with my co-host Danny. We are on the Fantasy Sports Corporation channel. We're Monday nights 8 to 8:30. That is a Giants recap slash food take slash I don't know what the fuck show sometimes, but we have a good time. And Wednesday nights, every Wednesday at 8 o'clock, is Blonde Blitz. I co-host with Deb Wickus, who is a two-time Emmy winner and an Eagles fan. So it's a fun, interesting show. So I hope you guys check it out one day. That would be great.
Hell yeah. Thank you for coming on as usual. Thank you for everybody that pulled up in the chat. We love when Nikki comes on. She's free to come on this channel anytime to talk Giants, talk sports, talk about her hate for poor people.
Yes, I hate them.
We can talk about her pet rabbit appetite, all that good stuff. You get a little bit of everything when me and Nikki are on the show. That's all I got for right now. Until next time, hail to the Washington Commanders. I'm predicting a tie. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we win the game. We'll see you on Sunday. Have a good night, y'all.
Bye. Thank you.